Good evening. Wakenya hoye. Wakenya hoye. God is good. All the time. And all the time. God is good. Thank you very much. We are very pleased to have this conversation with our people. I really want to thank you for creating time to come and meet with us, share a meal and have a conversation. We don't take it for granted. It was a very short notice. You are all very busy people in your own right, and getting time to come and listen to us and have a conversation with us is indeed a very great honor. First and foremost, I want to bring you greetings and warm regards from our leader, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. He has asked me to pass his love and his greetings. He was supposed to come for the summit on food systems transformation, but because of exigencies of duty, he delegated that function to me. And as it were, he directed me, like he does anytime he sends me out of the country, to make sure that despite how tight the schedule is, I create time to have an engagement with our people. The reason why we try all the time, whenever we travel out of the country, to meet our people, is because that's what our whole leadership is all about. It's about the people of Kenya. We think Kenya, we sleep Kenya. Our whole life and chemistry is around the Kenyan people. And we are elected by the people. So it's really about the people of Kenya. So even as I've come here to Rome to meet the world, to talk about food systems, transformation in matters financing, my only interest in the conference that I've attended today and tomorrow and the day after is about Kenya and the Kenyan people. So it wouldn't make sense to meet foreigners and other people to push Kenya's interest when you have not met the people of Kenya whom you are working for. I want to say thank you very much to our ambassador and her team for the warm welcome. The team has really taken very good care of us. And if that is the way the ambassador takes care of you, then I think you are good people. I'm here in Rome to represent President William Ruto to discuss with the world about food systems transformation. You know our country, our economy is driven 80% by agriculture. And you know how important food is to all of us. While you are out here in Italy working, first and foremost is to put food on the table. Other things follow. Am I right? So we are talking about food. And in our country, we have a very serious challenge because of the negative effects of climate change. We have just come out of a very serious drought, the worst in 40 years, after 5 failed consecutive seasons. We had a serious food deficit. We could not get maize. Our Minister for Agriculture went to Zambia, got nothing. He went to Tanzania, got nothing. Went to South Africa, got nothing. Maize was available in Brazil. But the cost of transporting from Brazil, by the time it gets to Kenya, it will be very expensive. And on assuming office, President William Ruto made a very deliberate and wise decision to focus on food production. Because a nation that cannot feed its people the leadership of that country cannot walk proudly anywhere. By the time we came into office, the cost of fertilizer, 50 kg bag, was 7,000. And the previous administration had refused to subsidize inputs for farmers. And that is why by the time we came in, we did not have a single bag of maize in the National Strategic Reserve. So the president made a pragmatic decision to put 15 billion Kenya shillings for a program to subsidize fertilizer, and the cost came from 7,000 shillings to 3,500. And we created a system, e-voucher, where there was nobody coming in between the fertilizer and the farmers. It was all digital, and every farmer who cared got several bags of fertilizer. Then it happened that God was merciful to the country. We got very good rains. As we speak here today, we are expecting a bumper harvest that has not been seen in Kenya in the last 20 years. In fact, and we also purchase from the farmers at a good price enough stocks for our National Strategic Reserve, so that never again shall our minister move around the world with a begging bowl. So I want to tell you, from back home, if you call, there are many challenges, financial and all. But in terms of food, Kenyans are okay. There are enough vegetables, there are potatoes, there is everything. There is green maize now, and we have sufficient food. And that's what brings us here. And I made a presentation that we in Kenya have made a decision to spend money on food production so that our country can be food secure and get surplus to export. And that was a conversation that was in that summit today. And we have also come up with financial inclusion with a 10 billion hustler fund to enable the majority of Kenyans at the bottom of the pyramid to access cheap credit to be able to engage in farming. And as I speak, every Kenyan can access some credit cheaply, and once they pay, they keep on borrowing. And so far, we have lent, I think, 28 billion Kenya shillings to the people of Kenya through the Hustler Fund, and they are paying. And as I listen today to the UN Secretary General, I listen to the Prime Minister of Italy, I listen to world leaders. Everybody is talking about transformation of financing the food systems. And I echoed the words of my boss, my president in Paris, that the international financing model is not favorable to the African continent. And we need to redefine and to review the international financing architecture. As it is parasitic. It's a parasitic relationship. And the African continent is at the mercy of the developed world. And that conversation we must continue so that we can get some equity, some equality, some fairness in matters financing. So I was able to make that presentation on behalf of the people of Kenya, on behalf of the president, and we shall continue to do so. When we were seeking political office, President William Ruto had economic forums to listen to the people of Kenya, to tell him what is it they would like to be done for them if he ascends to the high office. The concerns that have been raised with me here since I came yesterday about consular services, about what the student has raised, you want some reasonable accommodation and all that. That is why that department has been set up. But most importantly, the diaspora people are critical in our economic development. Why do I say so? Long time ago, coffee was #1 foreign exchange earner for the country, followed by tea. Then it was overtaken by tourism. As we speak today, the remittances to Kenya from the diaspora bloc is #1 foreign exchange earner for Kenya. Ahead of tourism, ahead of tea, ahead of coffee. So, as I look at you here, I see money for my country. I see hard currency. And that is why we want a conversation. Because you people are not going to live here forever. You will not live here forever. This place is good. Even looking at you, you look nice, you look beautiful, you look okay. But east or west, home is best. Through the State Department of Diaspora, we want a conversation on how government can guarantee investments back home for people in the diaspora. We are all aware of most of you have been conned money by friends and by relatives. You send money to your brother to build your house. They take photographs of the neighbor and they keep on sending. The day you come home, you have no home and there is nothing you can do because that is your brother. Is that not the case? So we want to create a diaspora fund guaranteed by the government, similar to treasury bonds and treasury bills, where the people of diaspora can invest back home and you earn interest and good interest, so that as you come home, your savings are intact. We want to create a mechanism of how government can guarantee property developers who can develop properties for the people in the diaspora without being conned and in a transparent and a forthright manner. That conversation is ongoing. We want to interest the people of diaspora on affordable housing. The government has a very serious program to put up 200,000 houses every year, and that is 1 million houses in our term. We want the people in the diaspora with their earnings to take mortgage on affordable housing in a project guaranteed by government to buy yourself a home, so that when you do retire and come back home, you don't have to deal with the landlords. You go to your own home. So that program is ongoing, and we gave that job to Rosalyn Njogu, who is diaspora. Her accent tells you that we got her from the diaspora. See, if I'm the one who was appointed PS diaspora, he would reject me. Because me, I'm a village guy. So, as we speak, the president has given Rosalyn a deadline, together with the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection, to get us 1 million jobs out here, so that those characters can come here. So please, my dear students, don't have any idea to come back home. Tafadhali na kuomba, wacha tukae na shida yetu pale. Usikuje kutuongeza hiyo shida. So let's look for opportunities here. Let's look for opportunities here. We already want to bring 1 million from home to join you and elsewhere. Ama unataka nimundanganya iko kazi? Si ni mzuri kusema ukweli. And I can tell you, we are going to succeed. The reason why, I came yesterday with the Emirates, and in the cabin crew of about 10 people, 4 were Kenyans. If you go to Dubai, in every hotel there are 2 or 3 Kenyans. Reason? Kenyans have got good work ethics. Our people are hardworking, they are honest, and they are true to what they believe in, and they have commitment. So, Rosalyn and team have a very easy job to market Kenyans and get them jobs abroad. The Kenyans have already marketed themselves. What we need is to tighten the MOUs so that our people are not mistreated, so that they are not dealt with in a prejudicial manner by having a G-to-G arrangement, government to government. Already in Germany, they told us they have a shortage of 200,000 people. And before the Chancellor finished what he was saying, we had already started conversing with Akina Rosalyn that we should work very quickly to fill even half of those spaces. So we are working on that program, and I can tell you we'll succeed because of the nature of the Kenyan people and their work ethics. I just wanted to say that back home, we are okay. We are good. One, President William Ruto has come up with a bottom-up economic transformation agenda. What that economic model means, in very simple terms, is putting money at the bottom of the pyramid where the majority of Kenyans are. And I don't know whether you heard me on the day of inauguration. If you watched the TV, I had a very strong speech about the country we inherited. The truth of the matter is that by the time we arrived in government, the coffers were empty. There was nothing. And we have started from scratch. And I want to start before you today proudly to tell you that the economy has started showing signs of improvement. And PS National Treasury is here. As we speak today, for the first time in 7 years, at the closure of the financial year on June 30th, we had disbursed total entitlement to the 47 county governments. We don't have a debt. So I don't want to go beyond there. Our government is bottom up. The leader spoke, but they didn't tell us their problems. Probably because they were asked by the ambassador to speak. They don't want to say anything that can be a bit uncomfortable. But I'm here now. So you are in no danger. I want now we open the floor to the ordinary people. Those who are the officials speaking here, they have spoken very well. Because I'm here, I would like to know what challenges you have. Is that not right? And you speak, we give several people to tell us if there is something you think the embassy can do to make life much better. If you think there is something our government in Nairobi can do to make life much better, it is good you tell us because we are here. And since I don't come here every day, take advantage that I'm here and tell us. And tell us what is it you think our mission here in Rome can do to make your life better.